Hello and welcome everyone, my name is DMC and in today's video I'll be bringing you the new updates and changes for Garden Warfare 2 Plants vs. Zombies. These are some big changes that are coming out and I think everyone knew this was coming, so I'll get into the major things first and I'll go through and tell you some of the lesser things afterwards. But the big change, everyone knew this was coming, Rose. The big Rose nerf has arrived and I'm going to tell you guys what they did. They did a lot. It said they completely retuned the Rose class, bringing her back into playing as a support role. They reduced Rose's health, which I saw that coming. I was thinking probably they would lower it to 100 or maybe even 75. I haven't logged in yet, but I will do that to find out exactly how low it is. It said major changes to her homing abilities, ineffective at range, and requires you to lead the target in order to land more hits. So you'll actually have to shoot slightly ahead of your target now, which is a major nerf. They slightly reduced the fire rate, which I'm surprised they didn't lower the damage. So again, another major nerf, and they significantly reduced the length of time that people are trapped in the time snare. So again, another huge nerf. It said they changed how Goatify works. So it says now when you shoot someone, the damage won't break the goat, but it will be a lower time in a goat as well. So that's another, I would say, kind of a nerf as well. And then they slowed down the fire and ice variants when charging their weapons to make them more vulnerable. So a lot of huge nerfs to Rose. Let me know in the comments if you guys think these are too much. I think it might be too much now. I don't know if we're going to see many Rose characters at this point, but we'll see. I have to give it a try. For Citron, they slightly decreased Party Citron's laser damage. I don't think they were expecting so many people to get the party variant so quickly, and so it seems that they've decreased those for most of them. Now, big update here, Corn. This is definitely a good change. They felt that they needed to improve Corn's ability to be a frontline fighter, so they increased his health and also improved his long-range damage, so expect to see a lot more Corns in multiplayer. I do think that was needed, though. Corn was pretty much just getting outshot by everyone. He looked like he was a frontline fighter, but he just wasn't working that way, so I'm glad that they saw that and they fixed it. And it says they reduced Party Corn's damage output. Now for Chomper, it says they decreased the digestion time after a chomp escape. So if you try to chomp someone and bite them down and then they get away, you're not going to be stunned for as long, which I think is a good change. They also said they changed his health regeneration to be the same as other characters, and they fixed a bug where his health regeneration didn't match the weapon description. And also it says he now regenerates health slightly sooner and faster than before, which I suppose is a good change. I'm not really sure about that. And increase the Unicorn Chomper's Rainbow Warp cooldown time and increase the Goop cooldown so it couldn't be spammed quite as much, which is nice because it kind of sucks when you get locked in that. Zen Cactus. They said the Zen Cactus was too damaging and needed some damage and reload adjustments. I definitely agree with that. That thing was ridiculous. Imp got some love, which I definitely thought this would be a good change as well. I did suggest this the other day in the live stream. It said Imp's tuning focused on ensuring he had more survivability outside of his mech and also improved his primary weapon, which is exactly what I was talking about. He had low health, but his damage wasn't really higher to compensate for it. So it says they increased his health. I'm assuming that means 75. Maybe it's 100. We'll have to see. Could even be 60. I haven't logged in yet. We'll have to check that. Fixed a bug where the Imp couldn't receive damage while making his ZMech phone call, which actually I thought that was a good feature because most of the time you're dying as Imp anyway, but we'll see how that's going to play out. And it says it reduced Party Imp's damage. So they reduced a lot of these party characters' damage. Alright, Super Brains. Slight cooldown reduction to these Super Ultra Ball and Super Multi-Ball abilities. I don't think that's a big deal. I think that's a good change. I think he can use a little bit more damage output. Minor speed improvement to Turbo Twister, but at the cost of decreasing his armor. I don't really think that's actually a good change for Super Brains. I think he needed that armor, but we'll see how that plays out. And they removed the decay from the Toxic Brains legendary meter to make it more useful, and they reduced Party Brains damage. And finally, we have Captain Deadbeard. They said they wanted to bring Deadbeard closer to the damage of Cactus, which definitely Cactus has been out shooting Pirate pretty badly. But they also wanted to keep it a little bit lower because he does have the close range benefit of his scatter shot. It said they made some movement speed improvements to when his barrel is unlit. I'm assuming that means when you are not aiming down sights when they say barrel is unlit. And they made some damage reductions to Captain Partyman. So all the legendary variants pretty much seem to have gotten their damage reduced. And I'll get on to some other critical things they said here. They said critical updates. Critical fixes. They said they reduced the length of the round timer between rounds in multiplayer matches, which is cool. get things going more quickly. Imp now earns XP when in the mech. Obviously, I guess he wasn't earning XP when he was inside of his mech. And this is a cool update right here. Players can now see other players' backyard customizations when visiting their backyard. So that is very cool. I can see they're going to have a lot more to come for that, where you can really customize your background. I think that is going to be very cool later. There'll probably be some nice YouTube videos about that. And now players can now see the stats of other players' stat boards when visiting their backyard. That is a very interesting feature. It said there was something wrong apparently with the Garlic drone's audio. When the Garlic drone was using its weapon, they improved that. And when you set your HUD to light now, it also hides the XP meter. And it said they made major improvements to hit reaction and flinching animations. I honestly didn't notice that there was anything wrong with them, but apparently there was. And they said there's a plethora of quality and bug fixes, which I fully believe, because these changes are mostly very good. And also there's some tuning and balance notes. Now overall, it said they improved regeneration upgrade for all characters, and they retuned hit reactions for both players and the AI to reduce the flinching effect even more. I didn't really feel I was having any problem with flinch, but apparently they did, so those are the changes they made. So feel free to hit subscribe so you guys can join us in our next live stream, and also leave a note in the comments letting me know what you think about these changes. Guys, I am DMC. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.